Today, we got some concerning news that just broke on our guy, Jey Uso. If you're rocking that Yeet gear and believe in main event Jey, you might want to sit down for this one. We're going to be diving into a recent interview that he did that has me and a lot of Jey Uso fans concerned regarding his future in WWE. What could this mean for his singles career? What could this mean for his place in WWE? And what is next for this beloved star? Let's get into it and try to make sense of this developing situation. Now, Jey Uso finally did it. He finally got the monkey off his back. He finally went and won the big one. And not only did he win the big one on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 41, but he did so against a guy that a lot of people thought he could not beat. He went out there and he topped the ring general, Gunther, in the opener of night one of WrestleMania. Keep in mind, this is a guy that Jey Uso has fallen short to in the past. Not once, not twice, multiple times. And so when WWE opted, hey, let's have Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble. Oh, by the way, let's have him challenge Gunther for the world title. Yeah, there was a lot of skepticism among fans. Why would you book this match? Why would you think that we, the fans, should believe in Jey Uso? There's been a lot of talk, a lot of criticism, a lot of haters, a lot of doubters out there regarding main event Jey Uso, but he proved them all wrong. Now it's time to look forward. Now it is time to see if Jey Uso has what it takes. But then, as we were leading up to the build of WrestleMania, all of these interviews started coming out with Jey Uso. And one of them got me very, very concerned, and that's where today's video picks up. So Jey Uso was on the Ringer Wrestling podcast, and he was talking about how his career and his career trajectory has gone and where it's going, and hinting that he feels like he's in the final stages of his career. He said, I'm on the end of my career. I feel like I have a couple years left. I feel strong, but this is the first time I kind of feel like the years are starting to catch up on me. I think I'm getting older. I'll be 40 in August. I love wrestling. Wrestling is everything. I'm just getting to the point where I want to venture out a little bit more. Now, he discussed his future aspirations within the wrestling industry, revealing a desire to achieve even greater heights before his in-ring career comes down. He said, I would like to win both the Undisputed and the world title. Now, obviously, he is the world champion, but still, the Undisputed WWE Championship is something which he has not held before, something which he wants to do. He also reflected on his time on different WWE brands, saying, I miss SmackDown, I miss the vibe. Raw is dope. I love Raw. But both shows have a different vibe. Now, this sentiment hints at a potential preference to the atmosphere and environment of Friday Night SmackDown, where he spent a large, significant part of his success, in addition to what he's done on Monday Night Raw as a key member of the Bloodline with Roman Reigns and Jimmy and Sammy and all those guys. Looking ahead, Jey Uso outlined specific goals involving his brother and character. I do want to do one more tag run with my brother, indicating that he still wants to do a tag team run with him. In regards to the intention to explore different personas in the future, he said, I would like to do one more heel run after this Yeet thing. So a lot to break down here, a lot to discuss, a lot to pinpoint. So first of all, let's talk about his future, saying that he's at the end of his career. Well, he is. I'm sorry. He is. He's a guy that hit big time in the latter stages of his career. He's an older guy. He's 40. He spent so many years as a tag team. He spent so many years with his brother Jimmy doing that. And they are great. And they will go down as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. In my opinion, from a longevity standpoint, from a success standpoint, from a championship standpoint, from an accolade standpoint, everything, the Usos are the greatest tag team of this generation. So I'm talking 2010 and on. Okay? Sorry, Young Bucks. Sorry, FTR. They just are. They've done it all. If you look at his career, Jey Uso, he almost got to a point where it was now or nothing, right? Or you got to go now kind of thing. That's what he was able to do. That's what they had to do with Jey Uso because he was in a tag team for so long, right? He had that little breakout year during the pandemic, and he feuded with Roman and everything. But then he went right back to being a tag team player with his brother Jimmy. And everyone's like, hey, man, you got potential. Hey, man, go out, be a singles guy, do your thing. And finally, they did so in 2023. Okay? And they really started to double down on, hey, this guy is over like Rover. And I think the reason they were hesitant about it is because you have to know that WWE, Triple H, they know, hey, he's not the greatest in-ring worker in the world in terms of being a singles guy. He's a much better tag team player than he is a singles guy. Okay. He's not the greatest promo, but he's still very strong at his promos. But the thing is about Jey, and I think you really need to understand this if you're looking at the pro wrestling industry, what draws money? If you're a great in-ring worker and that's what draws your money, great, be a great in-ring worker. If it's your promos and that's what draws you and the company money, then great, be a great in-ring, a great promo. If you're a guy that just oozes charisma and owns the spotlight, a la Jey, and you come up with a great entrance and you came up with a great tagline, and that is what draws you and the company money, and that's what fans are wanting, then great, be that. I think we get stuck in a generation right now where it's all about in-ring work. Oh my God, you got to go out there and you have to have 5-star classics. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to go out there and be the greatest talker in the world. You don't. But you do have to have charisma. That's what I've noticed the most. You got to be able to pair charisma and presence and your character, and you got to be able to pair it with one of them. You got to have either in-ring skills or promos. You got to have one of them. If you don't have one, you have nothing. Jey Uso has that. He's not the greatest in-ring worker, but he's pretty decent. He's not the greatest promo in the world, but he's pretty decent. But he has that connection with the fans. He has the ability to overcome all of that because he has the most important ingredient. The fact that he's good enough in the promos, the fact that he's good enough in the ring, you combine those two and it equals into one. That's why Jey Uso connects. That's why Jey Uso works. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments there below. Hit that like button, subscribe button, comment down below. Go over ringsideintel.com. Check out the site. We got some great writers, some great content coming over there every single day, from power rankings to listables to your always hard-hitting news. Ringsideintel.com for all of your professional wrestling content. Let me know down in the comments there below, what do you think about Jey Uso's comments? I will see you all in the next video.